tonight.
I'm disappointed for sure because we spent a lot of time and effort working with the city up to this point in time. But at the end of the day, it's a business transaction.
Plans for the city to purchase the old Synergy Credit Union building have fallen through. More from the company's CEO. Plus, respect and reflection. Hundreds of poppies were placed on grave sites at the local cemetery as part of an annual Remembrance Day celebration. And
I felt it appropriate. While going to Calgary, I stop over here and visit Lloydminster.
a special day in the border city as residents got a chance to meet the Caliph on his tour of Canada.
This is Newcap News with Nicole Stilger.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Well, the swearing-in ceremony for Lloydminster's new mayor and council has just come to an end at City Hall, and that's where we find our Adam McVicker tonight. Adam, you spoke with Mayor Albers earlier tonight. Tell me, how is he feeling ahead of this?
Nicole, he's feeling quite excited, actually. When we spoke earlier, he mentioned a few different things he wants to get done. Of course, he did recognize that there is a learning curve in all of this. Of course, he's a first-time mayor, a first-time in municipal government, of course. In fact, the majority of this council is. The only one who's the incumbent is Ken Baker. So he told me they're going to rely very heavily on Ken Baker's experience here moving forward as a city council.
All right, Adam, tell me what the turnout was like there today for people coming to watch the ceremony.
Packed house, actually, at City Hall. There's a bunch of friends and family of the city councillors and new mayor. And yeah, very, very exciting times here at City Hall. Very positive feeling here. Everyone's very excited for this new council to take over. And it's only a matter of time to see what these guys will do. Nicole.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. That's Adam McVicker joining us live tonight from City Hall. Well, the City of Lloydminster's plan to purchase the Synergy Credit Union building has been terminated. The more than $4 million purchase agreement has been rendered null and void after city staff say certain conditions were not met. Adam McVicker with more.
No deal. In his last week in office, Mayor Rob Saunders made one final announcement. The city would no longer be purchasing the downtown Synergy Credit Union building for $4.7 million.
When two parties come together, it's just like any other offer to purchase with conditions. If any, or all, or one, or two, could be all of the above, it could render it null and void.
According to documents in the July 25th agenda, there were 14 conditions that needed to be met, including a building inspection satisfactory to the City of Lloydminster. Neither side is commenting on the specifics of the unmet conditions.
When we negotiate in good faith and with legal contractual arrangements, those things are kept between the two parties.
The city says its $250,000 deposit will also be returned in full. As for groups that would have called the building their new home, there is a sense of dissatisfaction.
Short term, it's not going to affect us that much. We've got some shorter term 2 to 3 year plans to make the best of our space. And longer term, we're still working with the city as the other cultural groups in town. We've been assured that we've not been forgotten.
Synergy remains a member of the Downtown Improvement District, and despite the setback, downtown revitalization is still top of mind.
Revitalizing that downtown is very important to everybody in the downtown, and I think more important to the community as a whole. Nothing happens in this community without the support of the good merchants and people from the downtown. I mean, it's a real good core.
The Community Hub project received its share of contention and criticism throughout the election campaign, mostly surrounding the long-term price tag. But the question remains if it's the right catalyst to improve downtown.
At some point in time, we do have to find the right project for downtown and revitalize the downtown. Whether this was it or not, I don't know. We never did weigh in to really get behind and support this initiative. It made sense in concept.
As for Synergy, who are still trying to sell the building, they say they have some new leads. Adam McVicker, Newcap News.
The No Stone Left Alone Memorial Foundation held a Remembrance Day ceremony at the Lloydminster Cemetery. For the second year, the local Air Cadet Squadron and the Girl Guides placed poppies on the grave sites of more than 400 veterans. Josh Ryan reports.
More than 30 local Air Cadets and Girl Guides were out at the Lloydminster Cemetery on Saturday morning to remember fallen soldiers laid there.
It is a big piece of what the cadets do for Remembrance Day, so having a bit more to pay their respects to participate in, it makes a world of difference to the cadets.
This way it's more personable to them. They'll see the name and they can do research and they can connect the dots to it more.
The ceremony of laying poppies by gravesites is run by the No Stone Left Alone Memorial Foundation, now in its second year in Lloydminster. It's meant to educate and engage the next generation by taking place before Remembrance Day.
We're adding to it rather than taking away and making people decide we're going which ceremony do we want to go to.
And it gives them time to reflect, and at least when they go to Remembrance Day, they're more prepared and it has a different meaning now.
Many of the students have family members buried there, but the ceremony has special meaning for all of them.
It shows us that we are a part of the military, and it shows us that we have fallen soldiers to represent as well.
Lots of people have come before them and laid the path for them and sacrificed their lives so they could have a better life.
In just 1 year, cadet turnout has gone from 6 to 15, and Hernachuk hopes to eventually include schools as well.
In the main cities like Edmonton and Calgary, they do involve schools. So they have classes come out and they do the laying of the poppies, and they're able to do lessons in regards to Remembrance Day and the wars, and able to do more educational stuff with it.
But if we could get them all to come out and see the meaning and what it does in that moment of reflection, yes, it'll definitely have an impact in a younger person's life.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.